Escapes the pocket. He's keeping it. And he crosses midfield before going out. It's a gain of 17 on that one. And that's good for an Eagles first down.
Well, I think he was looking for that running lane and that running room from the very start right there, partner. Even as he worked through his progression initially, he was waiting for space to open, and then he takes advantage with his legs.
Tiger Hornet. Crowd left Yeti. Crowd left Yeti.
They send a man in motion. First and 10, here's Hurts. He's throwing deep to the left side. Oh, this is getting ugly early. Intercepted again. And he makes the house go. It's a touchdown on the pick six. That play, Brock, that play was beautiful. Not just making the interception, but then seeing the return slowly come together in front of him as he took it all the way to the house.
Yeah, I think even for us up here in the booth, it looked like a scene out of a movie, didn't it? Starts running it back, scans the field for a lane, then the blocks come just in the nick of time to wipe out the would-be tacklers, and he's got open space and nothing but the end zone in front of him.
Back from the break, I'm Kate Scott, joined by Brock Heward, and we are just moments away from the beginning of our second half. On now is McManus to kick this away. Covey now to return this. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. They're out and set, first and 10.
Crowd left Yeti. Great, set. Crowd left Yeti. No touch.
Hurts back to the air after the pick. Got a man, Uzama has it. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. One play in, and already they're close to midfield.
Great, set.
First down, a run with Barkley. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field. Give him around 6. That's going to make it 2nd and 4.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4.
Great, set.
At the Packers' 45-yard
Hey,
line.
73. No touch.
Hurts looking to throw. That's caught by A.J. Brown. It's a Philadelphia touchdown! The Eagles cut into the lead coming out of halftime. A.J. Brown, the touchdown.
Jake Elliott on for the point after.
Extra point up and good by Elliott. And the Eagles get it back to a 14-point game. Elliott's all set for the kickoff. Nixon now to return it. He stopped on the return at the 27.
The Packers take over 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Love out of the shotgun. He fires one deep down the middle. A dangerous throw, and he almost got burned by it. The interception dropped and incomplete on 1st down.
Hey, Kate, you feeling lucky? Well, the quarterback is, because he just dodged a major turnover. That was an easy pick that was simply dropped.
Here we go.
2nd and 10, Love trying again. Forced out to his right. On the move, looking deep down the middle. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete.
That was almost a nice chunk play before he was able to recover and provide the hit that dislodges the football. You like to see that physical edge and scrappiness to contest any kind of shot plays deep.
He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. just couldn't hang on through the contact. So that brings up 4th and long.
Defender's not going to be thrilled the catch was almost made on his watch, but more importantly, he breaks it up. Gives him a chance to do a little giant after the play. Lets the other guy know he roughed him up and cost him that catch.
Love throwing on 4th. Buys time, rolling right. He connects downfield on 4th. And he goes out close to that 45-yard line. From the 44-yard line now, 1st and 10.
Deal, black. Ready, ready. Hut, hut.
Love now to throw. He's got Watson. He spins right by him. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down.
Ball red. You, yellow.
Throwing from the gun here. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. Cooper to Gene in to pick it off. And the Eagles get it back with a nice return to boot down inside the 30.
You know, I can still hear the call all the way up in the booth. Okie, Okie! That's what that whole defense screams after an interception, and you see everybody getting involved. That nearly went for a house call. Just an incredible effort by that offense to run it down, but even with that, they will take that Okie any day. What a huge pick in return for that defense.
Barkley trying this up the gut. And they're able to grind him to a halt after a pickup of 4.
You know, that's a good run right there. Keep the offense on schedule. If he can average that type of yards per carry, this guy's going to be more than all right with letting him lead the show.
On 2nd down, here's Barkley. And he gets this forward to the 19. A dose of the hurry-up offense here.
73, 73.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 3rd and 2.
Here's another carry for Barkley. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
Kenny Clark in on the stop. A loss of 2 yards. It's 4th down.
Just 1 quarter remaining in this one. It's the Eagles in possession to start. They trail, but that lead is reachable. Offense looking confident, but they need 4 here on 4th down.
No touch that. No touch.
And they crush him right near the marker. It looks close, but yeah, Brock, I think he safely got that 1st down before the hit.
4th down, pressure on him. He was not backing down for a second. Nice effort to carry the rock. More importantly, for his offense to get a 1st down.
And he is into the end zone for a Philadelphia touchdown. The Eagles now within 1 score in the 4th. Saquon Barkley the touchdown. So great work by the running back there, Brock. He saw a little bit of space, took advantage, and he took it all the way for 6.
So good, Kate. You'll hear running back coaches say this: slow to and then explode through. And that's exactly what he did. Slow to the hole, but
And he'll get into the end zone and make this a 1-score game in the 4th quarter. So they stick with the hot hand partner, and he ends up adding 2 more on top of that touchdown.
I'd say 8 points is a pretty solid try's work for him.
Right.
And as long as he's producing, seeing the gaps, getting the pads down, getting those tough yards, feed that man the ball, he won't be denied.
This return makes it up to the 25. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Jacobs gets it to start the drive. 16 yards on the play. And that's good for a Green Bay 1st down.
Offensive coordinators tell us all the time, big runs only happen with coordinated efforts. Great blocking to spring them. Guys hitting blocks downfield, and a back who can show off his wheels.
And he'll bowl his way ahead for a 4-yard pickup.
He'll expect more from himself on those type of plays, but there is nobody that's going to complain about that one. If you can do math, 4 plus 4 plus 4 equals a first down.
2nd and 6 coming up here.
Here we go. Set. Set.
Play fake, it's Love. He rolls to his right. This one is tipped away and incomplete. Good positioning to make a play on it. That forces 3rd down.
Well, both ends of their defense nearly came away with a huge play. Another step, and they sacked the quarterback. But even still, the hit altered the throw and almost set up a takeaway.
No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down.
10 cycles.
He'll throw it. They did it! He made the interception! And the Eagles have some new life in the 4th.
Well, that's now his 2nd time that he's put his defense in a tough spot. That's a hard thing about playing quarterback, Kate. You know, with these interceptions and now the 2nd on the day, you're asking your defense again to step up to another series, another possession, another challenge. This quarterback's got to start protecting the football.
No touch.
Starting on the ground here with Barkley. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
Kenny Clark in on the stop. It's a loss of 2. Brings up 2nd.
So that brings us to the 2-minute warning in Philly.
2-yard line.
Eagles down by a touchdown. Back to the line they go. It's 2nd down.
No touch. Set. No touch.
From the pistol, Hurts. Bails out of the pocket quick. Connects on the crosser. And he's brought down right in the neighborhood of that 40-yard line. It's a gain of 19 on the play. And that's a Philadelphia 1st down.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. A lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
And they get this down to the 28. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And that's good for an Eagles 1st down.
So critical, Kate, on those receiver screens to get that ball out with great precision. You don't want that receiver thinking about anything but navigating the blocks in front of him. That's well done by everybody.
Barkley on the shotgun handoff. And he'll get down to the 21-yard line before he stopped. Good rip on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 2.
Great.
Brings up 2nd and 2.
Timeout taken by the Eagles. That's going to be their 1st. And they still have 2 available for them as we approach the end of this game. After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short.
Great. Set. No touch.
They'll go from the gun with Barkley. Jukes out a 1-stop. And he's brought down a little short. No, actually they do give him the 10-yard line. Philadelphia going to spend its 2nd timeout. Still 1 more in their pocket to use.
Yeah, you want to get above 5 yards to carry? Well, put together runs like that. And I'll tell you what else a run like that does, Kate. That sets up the play action, right? When you really just gouge and gash a defense like that, the next time you run that action, they're going to be thinking running the ball could go right over their head.
No touch.
Back to throw. That's caught. It's Saquon Barkley. And not much doing. He stopped quickly. The Eagles decide to spend their 3rd and final timeout. And now they're powerless to stop that clock with a timeout at least.
I call this quarterback's best friend. Some call it a safety valve, some call it automatic, but it's sure nice as a quarterback when you got a trusty running back over the middle of the field that you can depend on.
Hey, 73. No touch.
Here he is to throw. And they connect on the touchdown to claw back in these final moments. And an extra point will win this game. Well, we all know that he's somebody they like to have working down near the end zone, Brock. And there is so many ways they know how to use him down there.
Yeah, things are constantly different down there when you're trying to defend him, which is what makes defending him so tough, borderline impossible at times. He can